Hey all, my name is Paul Carter. This is my Module 16 case study titled Missing Booster Club Funds. Category 1, Problem Identification and Analysis. So, three things that I definitely know. Number one, George Washington Middle School is in a small, declining district. It seems like people are moving into the suburbs, and the only people that are left are the ones without money. This middle school has about 450 students, which is pretty small for a middle school. Principal Stevens is forced to use parent volunteers for athletic events. He does not have an assistant principal, so he is doing a lot of it himself, and he's using the PTO to help with parent volunteers. Like I said, no assistant principal. Number two, Mrs. Bowman had asked for the use of PTO funds. Her daughter Lucy has qualified to march with the All-State Cheerleaders in New York, so she wants the school and the PTO funds to pay for like lodging, food, that type of thing, and she has given a detailed budget to Mr. Stevens. Mrs. Bowman wants the PTO to fund the trip, but Principal Stevens is adamant that the PTO funds cannot be used this way. We have learned in this class that he is correct. PTO funds, if they're raised by all students, they're supposed to be used for all students. You can't specifically spend it for one person, so he is correct in that. But Mrs. Bowman is obviously not as happy that these funds can't be used for her daughter. And the third thing we know is money is missing from the ticket sales. Tickets were discarded because they were torn. We know there was 10. $50 is missing, so each ticket being worth $5. Principal Stevens counted the money with a security guard present, so he did not count it alone. So we know it wasn't Principal Stevens for sure because the security guard was right there. 10 tickets worth of funds are missing from the bank bag. A $50 bill from Mr. Dumas was missing from the bag, but we don't actually know 100% that Mr. Dumas actually paid with the 50 because Mr. Stevens saw him with the water cash and was like, "Oh, you're doing well." He's like, "Yeah, I had to pay 450." So we're just going by Mr. Dumas's word. What do I need to know in this case? Who is the other parent monitoring the gate sales? The case study specifically states the Booster Club president requests the help of 4 parent volunteers to work each athletic event. 2 parents manage concessions while 2 other parents collect and monitor gate proceeds. So there's obviously 2 there, not just Miss Bowman. So who is that other one? We need to know who that was. Number 2, did either parent have access to the gate sale funds alone? Was there ever a time where Mrs. Bowman or the other parent, we don't know, did they ever have access alone? Because Mrs. Bowman turned the money into the Principal Stevens. It doesn't say if the other parent was there. The case study does not mention if the other parent was present for this. So where are these 10 torn tickets? We do need to find them. They are numbered tickets, so we need to be able to find them. We only have a note from Mrs. Bowman stating they were 10 torn tickets. Where did she throw them away? What did she do with them? Can the other parent helping with the gate sales verified? If there's 10 that you're being thrown away and there's 10 of them, both parents are going to realize this. So we need to interview that parent absolutely. Number 4, was there any larger bills than the 50 in the bag? Yeah, the 50 wasn't there that Mr. Dumas might have used. But what if someone paid in 100? That's all they had, so they actually had to use the $50 for change. So we can't, without knowing what else is in the bag, we can't for sure say that that exact $50 was missing. We just know that 50 for sure was missing because it said it was a very busy night and the gym was full, so there's a lot of people there. And lastly, does the school have any security cameras? This is a real quick fix. I know my school has security cameras. They have one that is in position of the entire commons, which is entrance to the gym, which would show the table of people collecting money. Well, my question is, does the school have them? Because that'd be a real easy fix for Principal Stevens to check the security cameras. Problem identification. What's the problem? Obviously, $50 is missing from the ticket sales bag. Real quick, Principal Stevens realized this when counting the money. Remember, he did that with the security guard. 10 tickets were thrown away because they were torn. We only have Mr. Dumas's word stating he paid with a $50 bill. So there's a lot of different stories going around and a lot of different things that could change the story, and we just don't know them. So that's definitely a problem. Second is there was not enough staff supervision at the game. The case study says Mr. Stevens was fully occupied with supervisory duties and was unable to oversee money collection and counting. He needed more staff members there. I know they don't have the money for another assistant principal, but they could pay teachers to be there if they are worried about the safety of the money. And lastly is Mrs. Bowman has been trustworthy up to this point. We know this because she had 2 previous students at George Washington Middle School, and she's a regular volunteer. So if she's done this in the past, We haven't heard any complaints. The story doesn't tell us that, so she's obviously trustworthy. Category 2, proposed plan of action with appropriate strategies for implementation. First plan of step 1 is try to solve the issue of the missing $50. It's a very simple issue, but we need to solve it. Strategy 1, involve the superintendent and bookkeeper for support. As the principal, I wouldn't want to do this alone because of it being money. And so I would try to involve them. Strategy 2, I'd meet with the other parent volunteer who worked the gate. We need to talk to them, see what they saw. Strategy 3, then we can meet Mrs. Bowman. And absolutely not, I would not just be like, hey, did you steal this? Don't accuse her. Hey, we have $50 missing. By any chance, did you see what happened to it? That kind of conversation. Strategy 4, the issue just may not even be solvable with all the different things that could have gone wrong. But if it is, solve it. But if not, we need to learn from our mistakes so it doesn't happen again. Because step 2 is get extra supervision at the sporting events. We know that was an issue. We know that was a problem. So strategy 1, all concession and gate supervision must have at least one district employee. Yes, parent volunteers are great to add on, but I think a district employee should be at both spots. Strategy 2, we should pay those employees an hourly stipend for their working. That's what my school does. That's what most schools do. And so I know a lot of teachers jump at the chance to make a little bit extra funds. Strategy 3, district employee would be in charge while parent volunteer would be there to help and for accountability so that district employee is not doing it alone. Step number 3, review policies on the handling of money. Strategy 1, make sure all policies were followed with this issue. If they weren't, make sure they are. And if there are no policies, well, that's obviously a problem. Strategy number 2, fix the issues with the existing policies. So fix what we can. And strategy 3, train staff and parent volunteers on the updated policies. If we need to change them or things like that, we need to train everybody that might be working, train them on those policies. Category 3, resolve issues based on promoting the success of all students. So resolution, was it best for students? Step 1, I think it was. That step was trying to solve the issue of the missing $50. It was best for students because it sets a precedent for this type of issues. The students will see that funds meant for their benefit, we're handling them responsibly. Let students know that mishandling of funds is not tolerated. If someone did steal it, they would realize the repercussions of all that kind of thing. Students would understand that school policy was actually being enforced. We didn't just make rules and not follow them. We actually followed them. Students will know that a process was followed. Mrs. Bowman was never accused of stealing because from what we already know, there's no proof for her mishandling the funds. We did not immediately, Mrs. Bowman, did you steal this money? We did not accuse her without a process. And lastly, it helps model the proper way to handle potential wrongdoing. Students would feel safe knowing that they can't be falsely accused for things that they didn't do. Step number 2, get extra supervision at sporting events. How is this best for students? All students are taught about the importance of handling funds ethically, and you can't do that with just one person. Moore District case states that supervision was lacking because Principal Stevens was unable to supervise money collection and accounting. Secondly, the school is all on the same page. This would help create a culture of responsibility and ownership. The teachers would be the ones owning the running of these different games, and they'd be there. And students would feel more secure when attending athletic events with more district employees there. With multiple staff members in attendance at athletic events, students would see the importance of proper supervisions. And student athletes would just in general feel supported by staff. I know when I go to games, students are very happy to see me there. And they always talk to me the next day at school. Oh, thanks for coming to watch. So even though you're getting paid to be there, students love that their teachers are there watching them. And step number 3, was it best for students? Reviewing policies on handling money. Yes. This will help students see the importance of handling funds. Students will know that the funds are being handled properly. This will allow the funds to be used in the correct way. We aren't just lackadaisically handling funds. We have processes that we're following. And this will also model to students how to fix issues. Issues with the policies were not repeated. Problems were found and fixed. Students would know that the school handles money seriously. Category 4. Debrief the problem by reflecting on what you were thinking, feeling, and valuing, and by identifying issues that are unresolved or open to further investigation. So what was I thinking, feeling, and valuing? I was thinking that it was going to be very difficult to find the guilty party. Like I said, many different things, many different people had access to it. There was not enough supervision. A lot of people, it's going to be hard to find that person. Number 2, Principal Stevens was not supported by the district. He was in there by himself, and to me that's not okay. He should have more people there supporting him. I was also thinking that accusing Mrs. Bowman without investigation would be a huge mistake. She could get offended, especially if she didn't do it. I was also feeling sorry for Principal Stevens. He's in this situation by himself, isn't supported, like I said earlier. I was also angry at the district for putting Principal Stevens in this position. I know as a future principal, I don't want to ever be put in this position, and so I was kind of angry. I was also feeling a little confused as why there wasn't more staff. Like, how was this not thought of beforehand? I was valuing the proper handling of school funds. I was valuing respect towards Mrs. Bowman. We can't just accuse her. She's been here for years. We can't just immediately accuse her. And I was also valuing the creation of new policies to help keep school funds safe. Some unresolved issues that I found. What happened to the $50? We don't know from this case study we found. Flat out, is this issue even solvable? We don't know. How is the community going to react to the situation and decision made about it? If we make a decision, this is going to get out, and the community is going to be judging you and what you do. Are there going to be further issues if lack of supervision is not addressed? If the district will not allow you to pay teachers, are just issues going to continue? How to successfully train staff on handling money? I'd want to make sure I'm doing this correctly. Where were the funds for paying staff to supervise athletic events? Where is that going to come from? It will cost money, and obviously schools don't have a lot. Mrs. Bowman being upset because she is not allowed to use PTO funds, so we'd have to deal with her, and just in general, just being upset because her daughter was not allowed to use these PTO funds. Category 5. Reflect on Standard 5 by providing evidence that you, as an education leader at the building level, applies knowledge that promotes the success of every student by acting with integrity, fairness, and in an ethical manner. Component 1. How did I act with integrity? I did not immediately accuse Mrs. Bowman of theft. I handled the money with another person for accountability as the principal. I acquired the help of the superintendent and the bookkeeper. This keeps personal bias out against Mrs. Bowman, as well as it's handling it by yourself can be considered not right, obviously. And last, always had all parties' best interests in mind. So I think that is definitely acting with integrity. Component 2 is how did I act with fairness? I scheduled a meeting with Mrs. Bowman to hear her side of the story. I didn't just accuse her. Like I said, there's also number 2. For that scheduled meeting, I'll also include the bookkeeper since they're looking at the financial sides of things. Number 3, I reviewed all policies and make sure they actually worked, and if they didn't, we fixed them. All staff would benefit from being trained on handling school funds. That's just in general, staff would benefit from it, as well as this is giving a chance for staff to make some extra funds. And lastly, how did I act ethically? First, I did not allow the use of PTO funds for one student. We learned in this course that that is not okay, so I followed the guidelines for the use of PTO funds. Secondly, modeling to staff and students how to handle difficult situations. This isn't an easy decision, so staff would see that I followed all federal and state laws as well as the school board policies. Others were included in the situation to keep each other accountable. I did not make decisions alone as Principal Stevens. Acting alone can be viewed as unethical. And then lastly, Mrs. Bowman was not falsely accused. Mrs. Bowman would not be accused without evidence. We don't have evidence, we cannot accuse her. These are the references that I used for this, and I feel that I learned a lot during this assignment on how to address different issues when it comes to using money.